Good afternoon, and welcome to my August 19th COVID-19 community briefing. This summer has been unlike any other we've ever experienced. We've stayed home more, we've connected with each other in new and different ways, we've adapted to our new circumstances. Our homes have become much more these last few months. We have planted gardens, we've had staycations, we've turned our dining rooms into offices, our living rooms into classrooms. We've enjoyed our homes more, changed them to adapt to these new circumstances. We have decluttered, painted, taken up new hobbies, turned our back sheds into yoga studios. Our community has bonded in ways we never expected as we stay close to home to slow the spread of COVID-19. It has not been easy for some of our friends, neighbors, and family members who have struggled with isolation and being alone. We're rethinking and we're adapting our homes and our lives. We're reimagining how our homes can lift our moods and benefit our mental health. We expect to be in phase 2 for a while longer, and we need to keep our friends and our family in mind as we continue to physically distance and limit our gathering. We are in this together, and we can only overcome this virus by working together, but apart. As we continue in phase 2, I want to give you a quick reminder of what's allowed and what is not allowed. Small social gatherings of up to 5 people are allowed. Outdoor recreation, retail stores, drive-in movie theaters, libraries with curbside pickup only, professional services, hair and nail salons, barbers, pet groomers are allowed with some restrictions. Limited spiritual and religious services are allowed with restrictions. Restaurants are open at less than 50% capacity with table sizes no larger than 5. Indoor dining is only allowed for members of the same household. Bars are open at less than 50% capacity, and indoor seating is not allowed. Indoor fitness and training facilities and some outdoor fitness classes are permitted within new guidelines and restrictions. Right now, as we see widespread community transmission of COVID-19, things like gathering with close family and friends are driving up the rates of infection. We need fewer, shorter interactions to be safe. We have to remain diligent to follow the governor's Safe Start plan. In phase 2, the following activities are still on hold. Recreational facilities such as bowling alleys and arcades, movie theaters, libraries and museums, nightclubs, live entertainment, large outdoor recreational and social gatherings are prohibited. Island Hospital has been busy, and they have tested a total of 4,038 people, with a total of 52 positive cases in Anacortes, 10 positive cases that have been hospitalized, and we've been very blessed with no deaths. The state has set metrics to guide whether a county is ready to move to phase 3. A county must have fewer than 25 cases per 100,000 residents over 14 consecutive days. We currently have 85.1 new cases per 100,000 residents, but that's down from 100.6 per 100,000 last week. So there is a slight improvement. Number 2, the county must have greater than 50 individuals tested each new case during the prior week. We have preliminary numbers indicating of 24.4 tests per each new case. Number 3, the percentage of individuals testing positive must be less than 2%. We have preliminary numbers indicating we're at 4.1%. Number 4, the percentage of beds occupied in the county must be less than 80%, and we are currently meeting that metric at 72.1%. And lastly, the percentage of those beds occupied by COVID-19 cases must be less than 10%, and we are currently at 2.3%. The state is working on updating the way the data for the second and third metric are measured, and we will have new numbers to update next week. As of yesterday, the Skagit County Health District reported 936 cases, 22 fatalities, and 86 total hospitalizations from COVID-19. Education continues to be our best tool. We're learning more about this virus every day, and we need to have conversations with people and businesses about why it's important to wear a mask, keep physically distanced. We are seeing numbers climb globally to over 22 million cases, with 5.4 million cases in the United States and 169,870 deaths in the United States. The testing facility at Skagit Valley College continues to be open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and will remain open for testing through December of this year. There has been 21,203 tests provided. 486 people have tested positive so far. If you're concerned that you've been exposed, please go get tested. Many people may unknowingly spread the virus, so it's important to get yourself tested if you believe you've been exposed. The average waiting time is about an hour, and results come back usually within 24 hours. The county has established a vaccine committee to prepare for the implementation of a county-wide vaccine program, which we believe may be available sometime this winter. Our Skagit County Health Department remains committed to being a leader in the fight against COVID in our community, and we want to remind everyone that with Labor Day coming up, it's important to continue our good work of masking up and keeping our gatherings to a maximum of 5 people. We do not want to see a repeat of the spike of COVID-19 cases like we saw after our 4th of July holiday. We recently received our sales tax data from the Department of Revenue for August. That data represents the retail sales tax for June, so there's always a 2-month lag when I give a report. In June, we had $439,000 in sales tax receipts, which is $47,000 or 9.7% lower than our budgeted expectations. Our businesses are feeling the impact of this drop in the retail sales. However, we see them embracing new guidelines, masking up, and continuing to be a vibrant part of Anacortes. Our businesses are resilient and are continuing to find ways to serve their customers. We now have sales tax receipts for 4 months, March, April, May, and June, to review and to better evaluate the impacts of the closures and the restrictions to COVID-19. During those months, the sales tax revenue has been on the average 16% lower than our budgeted expectations. This represents $224,000 in lost sales tax revenue for the city. While this is a significant loss in revenue, most other government revenue streams that make up the city's budget are coming in close to what we expected. Interestingly, the effects of COVID-19 have also been felt in the city's water consumption. In July of this year, compared to July of 2019, water consumption for commercial customers has gone down 5.1%. Overall this year, water commercial consumption is down 12.5% from last year. Residential water consumption, on the other hand, is up 7.4% compared to July of 2019. Our essential workers and our essential businesses have been working tirelessly throughout this crisis. I want to give a shout out and let those businesses and workers know how much we appreciate them. These are our grocery stores, our banks, our pharmacies, our drugstores, our health and wellness stores, our furniture stores, our laundromat, hotels, restaurants, nail and hair salons, and our car repair and maintenance shops. Each and every business plays an important role in serving their customers and providing services that we need to keep our community going. Our business on the South Commercial are essential, and have kept us whole while we work to protect ourselves, our family, and our community. I want to encourage people to shop local and keep our businesses economically healthy. We love local, so let's shop local. Currently, the city is referring those seeking rental assistance to Skagit County, who is helping facilitate the disbursement of approximately $1.3 million of federal CARES Act money. The city is working on standing up its own local program in partnership with the Anacortes Family Center to administer $57,000 for those in need of rental assistance in our community. If you believe you're in need of rental assistance, please contact Dustin Johnson at 360-293-2993, 360-293-2993, extension 102 at the Anacortes Family Center. Here at the city, we continue to provide services even during these difficult times. Our fiber team, Access Anacortes Fiber Internet, is busy putting customers in service with high-speed internet. Next week's construction begins in our aerial expansion area with telework, teleeducation, and telemedicine. The need for connecting our families and friends over video chat continues into the foreseeable future. Access Fiber is working hard to help meet the community's needs for fast and reliable internet service. Visitation to our parks and our forest lands is especially high during the last few weeks. Please remember to wear your mask, practice social distancing. We are seeing COVID-19 related litter in our parks, such as disposable masks and gloves. Please do your best to leave no trace. Throw away your masks and gloves in the trash. If you encounter large crowds in the park, please find another place to visit that is less crowded, or come back in early morning or evening hours when fewer people are present. Late last week, the Skagit County Health Department reported that it would be allowing the city to open our playgrounds under the condition that only 5 children are allowed at a time, with a strong recommendation that these kids sanitize before and after using the equipment. We are so lucky to enjoy Fidalgo Island's natural beauty. Let's all do our part to stay safe, following the county's guidance, and please do your part. Leave no trace. The school district and the city are partnering to create programs that will offer some in-person activities to students and their families. The library, parks, recreation, and museum staff are currently developing programs that provide fun outdoor activities, educational opportunities for our local students. At the library, they're proud to take part in the Anacortes School Foundation's Ready to Learn Fair last Saturday. More than 300 backpacks were filled with school supplies that were distributed to families. Information on the student library card was included, which allows all Anacortes School District students to check out books, access all digital content through the website. We'll be working closely with the Anacortes School District to ensure every student has a library card and a public library resources this year. Lifetime learning is the core of the library in Anacortes. We have educational and recreational programs for all ages that will continue into this fall. I look forward to seeing what you all create together as we set new records each week, checking out books at curbside, interacting online, and using our library from home. The library's curbside service is more popular each passing week. This week, families can check out more activity kits, take-home projects when they pick up their books. Check the website for the Zoom craft classes, activity kit info, and even a video game checkout. As we look into the upcoming school year, we know that schools will be starting in a different format. There's a state guidance, and there are local partners working to find the safest and best options for our students. The governor's office is working closely with teachers' unions, school districts, and working closely with our local public health officials to make recommendations. Our parents, teachers have partnered to work with the local school board and the school to help craft specific guidance and plans for the upcoming school year. With so much uncertainty and with the primary goal of being the safety of our students and teachers, administrators, high-risk counties such as ours are being encouraged to keep physical locations closed. Statewide, this will affect approximately 29.7% of the households. That means close to 3 in 10 of every household will be affected. We need to adapt to keep our students safe and ensure that they'll be able to achieve their academic goals. The strength of the relationship between educators and students will determine the success of our distance learning, which is why families are adapting and working to foster the best possible connection between our students and our dedicated educators. The city is working with the school district to play a part in implementing wraparound services. It's truly going to take a village to support our students through the school year. We're exploring the type of programs the city can offer to supplement online learning. We're also working with Dr. Irish and the Boys and Girls Club to identify and secure additional space so the Boys and Girls Club has spacious facilities they need to offer support and care for families in the afternoon. Well, I'm excited to tell you that we've gotten a little attention from the Skagit County Health Department, so much so that Dr. Liebran would like to come and join me for one of our community briefings. So on September 2nd, Dr. Liebran will be here to answer your questions related to public health. I want to welcome you to send us your questions by emailing them to cityofanacortes.mayor@cityofanacortes.org. As we have learned more about COVID-19, it's hard to keep track of the best possible guidance. We've been working closely with the health department and want to offer an opportunity to get your questions answered directly by our Skagit County health official. Questions should be submitted by 5 p.m. Friday, August 28th. We will answer as many questions as time allows on September 2nd at 4 p.m. during my normal briefing time here on Channel 10 and live on our City of Anacortes YouTube channel. So once again, email coa.mayor@cityofanacortes.org. It's my primary goal to keep residents safe and informed about changes happening every week. We've been working hard these last 19 weeks to bring you these briefings, and for the month of September, we will transition to a bi-weekly briefing in person. I will be here on September 2nd, 16th, and 30th. And to keep you informed, the city will produce a COVID-19 briefing memo that updates residents on any changes at the state, county, and city level, including case counts and changes to services or new grant opportunities for small businesses or new community resources. We have received positive feedback on this format because it provides links and resources for you to explore and further educate yourself on latest COVID-19 news in our community. The COVID-19 briefing memo will be provided on the city's website as well as the city's social media pages. If you have questions, you're welcome to email them as usual, and I'll answer them at the city's COVID-19 briefing memo. So I'll be here every other week, and the opposite week, you'll get a memo with the latest data we have across the board to answer everyone's questions. So now we're coming to the question and answer part of the program, and this was a unique week. I received no questions from our citizens, but I did get some questions today from Congressman Rick Larsen. He came to Anacortes to visit this afternoon just to see how we were doing. He was concerned about our town and especially our businesses and the economic impact and potential recovery. He visited with me and he asked about the payroll protection program that so many of our local businesses received from the CARES funding through our banks. I told him from my perspective, they had allowed our small businesses to reopen, hire back their employees, and continue to operate. He asked about CARES funding, and I told him about additional CARES funding, and I told him about our small business stabilization grants, and I also told him about our rental assistance program, and I told him about the funding that the county's been doing, and how we've all been working to assist members of our community that are still without employment and are having trouble paying their bills or rent. He wanted to know how I thought businesses were doing, and I told them many were thriving because of the sectors they're in. Perhaps the marine sector and car sales and online sales are thriving. Others are surviving, but most importantly, everyone has been creative and come up with new ways to operate their businesses to navigate COVID-19. We have all worked to bring in needed income. They've all worked to bring in needed income to support jobs and the ability to provide services to our community. He asked if I thought the CARES funding had done its job to stimulate the economy. I said I thought it had, definitely. People have had incomes to support their families, buy necessities, and occasional non-necessities. He said that 8,500 businesses in his district had received funding from the Payroll Protection Program. And though there was incredible debt involved from the federal government, he was encouraged to hear that it has stimulated our local economy. In closing today, I want to talk about now. Now it is more important than ever to support each other. We have 29% of our families heading into fall with school-aged children. They're facing online school programs, reduced child care options, which adds an additional burden to our families, parents, and children as they navigate the world of work, or perhaps not working, or working from home, providing structure for online learning, and lack of resources. We must act now. We must act as a village, and we have to make sure to provide additional resources by providing our friendship, volunteering to provide a meal to the family next door, offering to teach a child to read, or tutoring a child on your front porch. Children are our future, and we all must be invested as we navigate ways to stay healthy and during this pandemic. I also want to remind us all to support our local businesses. I touched on that earlier. But shop at home. Your dollars spent at businesses here at home provides jobs, products, services, and economic stability for our community, for Anacortes. I especially want to acknowledge those businesses, our banks, our auto repair and maintenance shops, our telecommunication businesses, our furniture and antique stores, our real estate offices and title companies, our pharmacy and wellness businesses, our medical clinics, our grocery stores, our shipping and mail stores, our bike shops, our restaurants, our drive-in food establishments, and our beverage stores. These establishments have been on the front line. They are essential to our town. They have served us from the first day of COVID. Commercial Avenue businesses from 37th Street to 2nd Street have always been the lifeblood of Anacortes. So please, today, shop local. Let our businesses know how much we appreciate them. We'll get through this together by supporting each other. Thank you for being with me again today, and I'll see you next week.